This is the Louie T Network.
Who else could it be but me, your man, Louie T? Welcome to the 2018 NFL playoffs here on the Louie T Network as we kick off the playoffs with Wildcard weekend in the National Football League. Action gets underway on Saturday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the Kansas City Chiefs, your number 4 seed in the AFC, taking on the 5 seed Tennessee Titans in what should be a solid ball game. Not really overly anxious to see this one, although if the Titans can somehow continue the defense that they finished the season up playing, minus the San Francisco game. I thought they were a little sloppy in that game, but if they can play the type of defense they played against Arizona, despite it being a loss, it was good defense. Now, again, that was Blaine Gabbert. Again, I understand they only gave up, 12 points in that game. Still should have found a way to win. They didn't, but if they could play that kind of defense, the defense they played against Jacksonville wanted to win on Sunday, and I told you it's a young team with a head coach that understands his team hasn't won anything yet. They don't deserve time off. Jacksonville played to win that game. I knew they would, and the Titans still found a way to get it done. It wasn't pretty, but it was gritty, and it was a dub. And they held the Jacksonville Jaguars to essentially 3 points. If you watch that game, 7 of their 10 points for the Jaguars in that game came off a scoop and score fumble. So essentially the Jaguars were shut out in that game by this Titans defense. If they can play that type of defense against a Chiefs team that's starting to get their mojo back offensively, they're going to have a shot in this game. But the Titans offensively right now are anemic. They're struggling. They may be the worst offensive team in the entire playoffs that goes for the NFC and the AFC as a whole. The Titans right now just can't score the football. They're struggling to get in the end zone. They're creating turnovers. Kevin Byard is a turnover machine. 8 INTs, had 2 in the last game to clinch the playoff berth versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's a guy that continues to make plays in that secondary. Adoree Jackson with a punch-out fumble. He's starting to come along at the cornerback position. Still can be had, and that's going to be a matchup that I'll be watching very closely because the Titans love to match him up one-on-one in situations because they feel like Adoree Jackson can get it done. But again, against a guy like Tyreek Hill, you give them one-on-one opportunity, and it seems like Alex Smith isn't missing those opportunities, and he's spotting them right away. And when those opportunities come, he's giving one signal out to Tyreek Hill. They're going up the field, and they're getting big plays. And a lot of times, it's touchdowns, and we're seeing the deuces being chucked up by Tyreek Hill as he hits the end zone. So I'll be anxious to see if they give one-on-one matchups to Tyreek Hill. I would not, if I'm the Titans, at all times, there's a guy over the top of Tyreek Hill in this game because that's the one thing you can't give up to this Chiefs offense. You got to make them work for everything that they get because they're not an explosive offense themselves. But if you give them opportunities, they can become explosive with the likes of Hill, as I mentioned before, with the likes of Kareem Hunt out of the backfield, and of course, their big all-world tight end, Travis Kelce. So if I'm the Titans, I'm looking to somehow manufacture points. They've got to get back on track offensively. Marcus Mariota took a huge step backwards this season. More interceptions thrown on the season than touchdown passes. He's been very spotty at best. He's using his legs, which is something that he does very well, and he looks healthy. So that's a component that you have to take into consideration if you're Kansas City, stopping him from using his legs to extend plays and pick up first downs. If I'm the Kansas City Chiefs, the guy that I'm circling on that Titans offense is Delanie Walker. That's his go-to guy. That's his money man. When he's looking to convert on a third down, when he's looking to get the football into the end zone, he's usually looking for number 82, Delanie Walker. That's the guy that moves the sticks. That's the guy that moves the chains. That's the guy that impacts this offense the most, especially when they go play action fake. I think Marcus Mariota's best ball is over the middle of the football field, and Delanie Walker is usually the beneficiary of that. If you're the Chiefs, that's the guy that I'm looking at to stop. No DeMarco Murray in this game. That's a huge loss to this Titans offense, but Derrick Henry, fully capable of filling in. He's a guy that is very underrated, unheralded in this Titans offense, scored their lone touchdown on a screen versus Jacksonville in that game on Sunday to help clinch the playoff berth. So I love Derrick Henry's ability to make explosive plays in the offense. They've got to find ways to get him out in space because he's so hard to bring down. And once he builds up speed, he's a build-up speed guy. Once he builds up speed, he's tough to catch from behind. Still haven't really seen many guys catch him from behind, and that goes back to his Alabama days. So if they can get him out in space like they did on the screen in Week 17, like we saw him against the Indianapolis Colts on the Monday night to wrap that game up, we've seen him make big plays, and if he can build up that speed, he's a tough guy to bring down and catch from behind. So if you're the Titans, you've got to find ways to get the ball to Delanie Walker. I want to see you get some of your receivers more involved in this offense. Eric Decker has been a godsend for this team. I don't know where they'd be offensively without Eric Decker, but I'd like to see them get Rashard Matthews back involved in this offense. He was huge for them the first half, maybe 2/3 of the season. Then he went down with an injury, and since he's come back, he really hasn't been as big a part of the offense. I'd like to see him become a bigger part of the offense, but right now they're struggling on offense, and I just don't see them getting it back on track because we've wiped the slate clean and now it's postseason time. All of a sudden, they're going to score 30 points. I just don't see that happening for the Titans. We'll see what happens. The defense is playing much better under Dick LeBeau. And I'm not sure if I'm buying what Dick LeBeau's selling defensively with this Titans unit. We're going to find out a lot about this Titans defense in this game because the Chiefs are a unique offense that once they get it going and the run game starts to run, now all of a sudden it opens up gaping holes in your secondary, and now Travis Kelce, a guy like Albert Wilson, and all of a sudden Tyreek Hill are going bananas, and now all of a sudden Alex Smith is thrown for 315 yards and 3 scores, and now they've put up 27 points. It's tough to beat them when the run game gets going, and if you're the Titans, to me, you take away Kareem Hunt and you force Alex Smith to beat you, that's going to give you the best opportunity to win. If Kareem Hunt gets going on the ground, it opens up a world of opportunities for that Chiefs offense, and then you're really in trouble. If I'm the Kansas City Chiefs in this game, I'm looking to attack that Titans offense that has been very suspect in the last quarter of the season, struggling to score points, struggling to manufacture offense, struggling on the offensive side of the football in general. Do not help them with turnovers. That was huge the last game that they won to get into the playoffs, snapping a 3-game losing streak. They've been turning the football over. The Titans have. Not the team that's been generating the turnovers. You can't afford to turn it over and give them short fields. That's what they've been feasting on of late. If you can find a way to make sure that you take care of the football and maybe generate some turnovers of your own. Marcus Mariota has been very careless with the football through the air this season. He's been known to give opportunities to the defenders to make plays on the football. If you're the Kansas City Chiefs in this game, your defense is not great, okay? But it's been playing better of late. You'd like to see this team stay in front of Marcus Mariota. Don't give him gaping holes to run up. If he doesn't like what he sees and he wants to tuck it and run, make sure you have the ability to stay outside of him, keep him contained inside the pocket. If you don't get to him, get your hands up, see if you can't bat a couple of balls down and frustrate him in this offense. But primarily, you want to take away Delanie Walker and stop the run. And that's been Achilles' heel of this Chiefs team. You can run the football on the Kansas City Chiefs, and if the Titans can get some semblance of a rush offense going, that could spell trouble for the Chiefs in this football game. You take away Derrick Henry in the run game, you force Marcus Mariota to beat you, he's going to make a mistake or possibly two that will give you an opportunity to win this football game going away. Offensively, if you're the Chiefs, establish the run game with Kareem Hunt. Since you've gotten back to that, because remember, during that 5-game losing streak where you hit the roughest patch of your season, you stopped running the football. And I thought you got too cute. You tried to do too many different things instead of doing what got you that 6-1 start to the season, which was running the football with Kareem Hunt and taking advantage of opportunities off of the run. You started to want to go pass heavy, and you started to want to run all these trick plays and double reverses and reverse passes and all kinds of nonsense. You got away from what worked. You got back to that in the later stages of the season, and as you got back to that, you started to see this team get back to their winning ways. And so you've been playing good football of late. You've been running the football. Kareem Hunt, if I'm not mistaken, ended up with the most rushing yards this season and won the rushing title because Todd Gurley didn't play in Week 17. It doesn't matter how he got it, which means this guy is fully capable of taking over a football game. We've seen him do it throughout this rookie campaign. It has been exceptional for Kareem Hunt, and I think that's the key if you're the Kansas City Chiefs. Stay balanced. Even if the Titans aren't allowing you to run the football with the type of success that you're looking for, don't stop running the football. Stay balanced, because that will keep them on their heels. That will give you an opportunity to run play action fake, to get Tyreek Hill loose in that secondary, to hit Travis Kelce over the middle of the field for some chunk plays, and really shorten the field, because you don't want to have to go on a 13-play, 75-yard odyssey to score touchdowns. It'd be nice to get a 25-yard chunk play over the middle of the field to Travis Kelce, another 17 yards to Albert Wilson, and then when the opportunity presents itself, boom, 57-yard touchdown strike to Tyreek Hill, and just like that, you're in the end zone. The Titans are struggling to score. They need big plays as well. You keep them from getting big plays, make some big plays of your own. Don't turn the football over. That's the only way I see the Chiefs losing this game, is if they turn the football over, give the Titans short fields, miss field goals. Their field goal kicker has been one of the best kickers in the league this season, one of the best stories in Harrison Butker for this Chiefs football team. He's been outstanding. I think he's damn near made 40 kicks. He's kicked the most field goals this season, and might be one of the highest percentage kickers in the league. He might have made the most field goals as well, because he's kicked so many. Despite all of that, he's been outstanding. Don't give anything up on special teams. Nothing cheap for the Titans in this game. No turnovers, no short fields, no extra points on special teams. Nothing that will give them an advantage on the road to try to upset you in this game. If you're the Chiefs, you take care of the football. You make the plays when they're there to be made. If you don't turn it over and you play Chiefs football, I see the Kansas City Chiefs coming out of this game with a 24-13 victory. I will take the Kansas City Chiefs in this one to defend their home turf and move on to the second round, where they'll most likely take on the New England Patriots. Again, if the Bills were to upset the Jaguars, then as you see at the bottom, then the winner would then go on to take on the Steelers. However, that's of no consequence. Got to win this game first. And to me, the Titans are fully capable of going into Kansas City and winning this game. I just don't like the way this offense is performing right now. That's what really scares me, because the defense, I think, is playing good enough football for them to go into Kansas City and win. It's the offense that I don't think is going to do enough to win this football game. Can the defense generate some turnovers and give the offense that is struggling mightily shorter fields so that they can put points up on the scoreboard? Something the Titans have also struggled with of late. Can they score in the red zone and stop settling for Ryan Suckup field goals? They've put some drives together, but those drives have resulted in field goals. Can they get in the end zone when it matters most? Because if they got to settle for field goals, it won't be good enough to beat this Chiefs team that is playing some good offense right now. Again, the Chiefs aren't world beaters on the defensive side of the football and can be had, but you're going to have to play much better on the offensive side of the football than you have to finish up this season, the last quarter of the season, where you lost the last 3 out of 4 games. I just don't like the way the Titans are playing on offense. And because of that reason, and that reason alone, I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs to defend their home turf in the first game of the 2018 playoffs, 24-13, as the Chiefs advance to the divisional round of the postseason. I've got more preview and prediction videos coming for the rest of the games in the postseason, so stay tuned to the Louie T Network. Again, thank you for joining me on this program. If you haven't already done so, make sure you subscribe to the Louie T Network for more great content. In 2018 and beyond, we're changing the game one live feed at a time, and we'll be live directly after every single game in the postseason, as we always are on primetime games. And so come and join me here directly after the game as we'll break down every single one of these postseason matchups, including Chiefs hosting the Titans. I'm your man, Louie T. That's my prediction. Got more for you in store. Come back and join me. I'll see you a little bit later on. Have a good one.